Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the home of the Storm. Tonight we have what's beginning to become a classic IMC matchup in the past 20 years between the Summit Storm and the Bend Lava Bears. I'm Pierce Gordon. With me is Finley Gober. We will be your commentators for tonight as the kickoff is about to get underway from Summit Stadium.
Yeah, we got a really exciting matchup tonight. Tons of energy on the field right now and in the stands. Bend's looking super solid coming in this game. They're undefeated, and they've been super locked down on defense. They haven't let up more than 14 points so far this season. They've been super solid on the running game, but they have struggled a bit with protecting the ball. On Summit's end of the ball, though, they've been getting off to slow starts. They haven't been producing much on offense in the first half. If they can get over that tonight, I think that they can have a real shot at upsetting this game.
Yeah, as we see what Villano can do here on the return has been proven to be dangerous as he cuts it up to the 40 and tackled at the 42 and a half. Great start for the Storm. See what Andrew Guthrie can do.
Yeah, here comes out the offensive unit, and you're going to see Ari Villano doing stuff like that all night. He's a huge guy just for energy on this team, but also makes a ton of really explosive plays on offense, and yeah, you can expect more of that from him.
Yeah, as we'll take a look back to start the night. Just a ton of energy around this game as the Storm students showing out there as Guthrie in the offense looking to get underway to start the game here. Well, first play calling a run, or are you trying to set the tone here?
Let's set the tone, throw the ball, see what Guthrie can do with his arms.
Guthrie looking to the sidelines for the call. Takes the snap, dropping back. Offensive line did something there, and Guthrie going to take a sack.
Yeah, definitely not the start that the Storm were looking for. That's going to give some energy to the Lava Bears, and time to go back to the drawing board.
If you take a look back here, the offensive line fusion tactic, they all just went to the ground, and it worked. They bought them a second or two, but I don't really know what the goal was there.
Yeah, I don't know if they were like just trying to confuse the D line or something, but I don't know. I would think you'd save, experimental stuff like that for later in the game. And again, just no time for Guthrie, and he had a guy downfield, but couldn't quite connect with Connor Connolly.
That'll bring up a 3rd and 10 here for the Storm. Again, the slow offensive starts have been the detriment to the Storm team.
Yeah, and I mean, that's two plays there where you can't even blame Guthrie. You can't blame receivers or anything. I mean, that was just, he had less than a second there, honestly, to get the ball out. And same on that first play with the weird offensive line tactic. See what they do here on 3rd down. He drops back to pass again, and it's short, and he lost the ball to a Bend player.
It's intercepted, and Bend High returned it to their Storm 30-yard line. So we'll take another look at this. Just through the hands of Villano. Might have been a little bit behind him, but Villano was unable to corral the ball there as it was behind him. It just gets tipped into a Bend player's hands, and he returns it to the 30-yard line. I mean, we talked about it before, and we've talked about it every single Summit game. The slow starts are the detriment to this team, and it really comes back to bite them when you're playing tougher opponents like Wilsonville, and a lot of other opponents that the Storm have been playing. Is we'll see what the Bend offense can do here. Just takes the snap, hands it off to the right, and he is going nowhere as a corral of Storm defenders come in, and that will be a gain of, they call it 1.
Yeah, and the Storm defense tonight, they've been super solid all year, especially, honestly, to start games. And Alex Neveroff will be back tonight after facing some injuries earlier this season. I talked to him earlier today. He told me the key for them to win is to just not play as individuals and to play as a team and really just together take down the Lava Bears. And here go the Lava Bears dropping back to pass, and it looks like he might have just got the first down there.
Yeah, we'll see where the officials mark it. They're going to say 3rd down. This will be a big 3rd and 1 for the Storm. I imagine even if the Lava Bears don't get it, they'll end up going for it. But yes, Lava Bears come out in some really interesting formations. I remember 3 years ago they kind of ran an almost Army-like offense, and this year I think they've gotten the pass game down as they're coming to this one 5-0. I mean, can't ask for a better start.
Yeah, they've been super solid. Like I said earlier, the one thing they have struggled with is turnovers, and we'll see what they do here on 3rd and short. And it's up the middle.
Simple run.
And he reverses back, and it looks like he's short. So the Storm defense brings it to a 4th down there, and that was weird. He kind of looked like he couldn't be
Yeah, tried to cut it back to the left, and then the Storm just swarming all over.
I mean, yeah, the number one thing any football coach will tell you is you never want to run side to side, and I'm sure he'll get an earful from his coach there, but it looks like the offensive unit might still be out there.
Yeah, for a 4th and 2. Like I said before, offensive unit probably going to still be out there for a 4th down as the Storm crowd's trying to get into it. As they're going to line up in a somewhat staggered I formation there. Send a player in motion and pitch it out to the left, and he has the first down and out of bounds with a gain of about 7 there. And
yeah, really interesting play call. I mean, if you watch higher level football, you almost never see any team go to the outside.
Pitch it out to the left, and he has the first
down. In that Saints game the other week, we were running side to side on every single 4th down. You almost never do that, but it worked really well for the Lava Bears. And again, they have a really explosive offense this season, and they showed it right there.
Yeah, Lava Bears use a lot of motions to kind of confuse the defense, as we'll get a timeout here from the Lava Bears. Want to talk things over. That'll give us a chance to reflect on the very eventful first 4 minutes of this game as we go back to the interception for the Lava Bears. Gunther just throwing it behind Colano on a kind of short pass there, and just really set the tone for the game. And if we go back all the way to the start, talk about the energy for this one, Storm coming out, firing up, and real pick there. The tide's turned.
Yeah, the Lava Bears are pretty much completely silenced this Storm crowd. They were super hard coming into the stadium tonight, and they quiet down a little bit, but hey, I don't blame them. Lava Bears have a good drive on offense going. We'll see if they can punch it into the end zone here.
Yeah, and our already 8:51 left in the first. That went by very quick as Lava Bears now lining up. 2 receivers out wide, hand the ball off to the outside again, this time finding some space all the way down inside the 5-yard line, down to the 4, and the Lava Bears finding some inside run game there.
Yeah, I mean, the Lava Bears, again, just like super solid out in the game. They had the ball to the outside again, this time finding some space all the way down inside the 5.
One time on the second down play,
that's
I think.
Right, that little slant.
Yeah, I think the Storm really going to need to guard the run. It's Ben Ty's specialty from past 3 years of me watching them play. As he cuts to the outside, and does he reach the ball in? The official is going to say he's down at that half-inch line there. We'll take another look at that. Running back there, takes it to the left, tries to reach the ball out, and they're going to say his knee was down on the 1-yard line. Ball directly on that spot there.
Yeah, that was a really well drawn up play from the Lava Bears, and you see Sawyer Crocker there making the tackle, did a good job hustling outside. See if the Lava Bears can punch it in here.
They get a false start.
Yeah, that's going to back them up a few.
And just like that undoes the last run play. So we'll take another look there. It's one of those calls. It's pretty hard to miss here because Lava Bear player barely a flinch there. But I mean that's officials are looking for that pre-snap, and it's going to get called most of the time.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll see mistakes like that all night from both these teams. I mean, for the Lava Bears, this is a hostile environment. For the Storm, they're a younger team.
As cutting it to the right again, and a great outside tackle there.
So, yeah, someone's not really doing bad here on defense to start. They're just, a little bit slow on some of those important plays. But honestly, that 4th down was really the only huge play that they missed out on. They've been pretty solid. And you've seen that all season. They've been solid on defense, from the start of the game all the way until the end. And it looks like you're seeing that again here as they try and hold Ben to maybe a field goal.
Yeah, I mean, the Storm defense has definitely kept them in games and definitely won them a few games, I feel. As Lava Bears now setting up for 2nd and goal, running it to the outside, to the left, and able to get the penalty yards back to the 2. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 2.
That's actually going to bring up 4th and goal, I believe.
Yeah, 4th and goal, sorry.
Yeah, so I'd imagine, honestly, they might go for it here. And it looks like the offensive unit is staying on the field. I mean, you got to remember in high school, those field goals aren't as high percentage as they are in higher levels. And you're going to see a lot of time teams just go for it on 4th and down rather than kick a field goal.
Yeah, obviously high school doesn't have the analytics that college and the pros do, but the analytics, I think, and the actions of what those are doing are trickling down here to the high school level as this Storm crowd is shaking the bleachers here as they fake the handoff left, looking right, passing it in the end zone, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Lava Bears.
Yeah, huge play there on 4th down, and now they're 2 for 2 on 4th down conversions. And yeah, that's a big touchdown. So much energy to start this game for them. It was a super awesome environment. Come in, get the turnover, and then get the touchdown there. After a really long drive, they've been doing a super solid job kind of controlling the clock. I think that they're trying to push the pace of this game, make Summit uncomfortable at home, and they're doing a super solid job. We'll see if they can punch the extra point in here.
As it's blocked and caught by a Storm player, and they're going to say that's dead on the extra point there. So it will still be 6-0, which, I mean, blocked extra point is only 1 point, but can really kill the momentum. I mean, you heard the Bend High crowd just die after that. It's a tough way to go off the field.
Yeah, especially after such a huge momentum gainer of a drive right there, and honestly, a huge momentum gainer on defense as well. It's just like a little bit dampening and disheartening to miss that extra point, and it can come back to bite you too. I mean, week 2, you saw Oregon versus Boise State. They missed an extra point early in the game, and it almost lost them the game.
Yeah, I mean, it is the little plays that it's a game of inches, game of little plays, as Lava Bears will line up to kick it off to Villano. And, I mean, the only thing better you could ask for the Lava Bears was to make the extra point. But other than that, interception to turn into a touchdown, I mean, basically starting the game 6-0.
Yeah, and I mean, they also, gave up 0 yards on that opening Storm drive, and their pass rush was incredible. They were giving Guthrie no time with the ball back there, and he was having to force it out. I mean, you saw it on the second play of that drive. Like, he had Connerly deep, but he just didn't have time to put the ball on the money.
Yeah, we've seen what Guthrie can do, as this kickoff will go back to Villano. See what he can do. Already has 1 kickoff return today and takes it up past the 30, makes a move, trying to cut it backwards all the way up to the 40, and Villano with another one of his razzle-dazzle returns.
Yeah, I mean, he returned one of those for a touchdown earlier this season against Wilsonville as well. That's a pretty solid opponent defensively. He's just so explosive. He's the kind of guy that you just got to worry about on every play.
Yeah, and you say don't run laterally, but if you're Villano, I think that's a different story. His speed kills. As the Storm now setting up, see what Guthrie can do under center, or Guthrie can do now, as he takes the snap and pitches it out wide, and Bend able to get in the backfield quickly.
Yeah, and I mean, that's still 0 yards on offense for Storm, so far in this game, and Crocker just couldn't find the space there. And, this hasn't been up to the skill players. It's been the blocking. And not to hate on the Storm O-line. They do have a tough matchup, obviously, but the blocking has to improve. You would think like maybe quarterback is the most important position on offense. It's always going to be that offensive line unit, because if there's no blocking, it doesn't matter how good you are. You're not going to have time to execute on these plays.
Yeah, and Sawyer Crocker trying to do his best to get through to the second level there and unable to. Those running lanes just closing up. As the Storm now putting in Cutler Hoban as receiver, going with, I imagine, a very pass-heavy lineup. See if they can get Guthrie some time on this 3rd and 8.
I mean, yeah, the other problem that you have when you're really rushing the QBs, you saw it, he underthrew, and there's the fumble, but he throws it deep for Scally, and it's just out of his reach.
As the Storm coaches and players wanting a flag there. Weird play. As Guthrie taking another look. Guthrie just mishandles the snap. Look up before he catches it. And he chucks it deep for Scally, just out of his reach. That will lead to a Storm punt there. And again, the 3 and outs.
Yeah, 3 and outs. That's been pretty much their story of their first quarter offense all season. And, you haven't seen flags from them. They've been a little more disciplined, but, yeah, it's just still not working out for them. They're making mistakes, and that's going deep and right in front of the goal line. What an incredible punt.
Yeah, Villano there doing it all.
Yeah, that was just an absolutely incredible job from the special teams unit. Really back up the Lava Bears, give them a tough go at it, and maybe try and get a safety.
Yeah,
if you can't get points on the board on offense, do it on defense.
Looking a little bit like Torrey Taylor there, Bears rookie punter, able to really flip the field. I mean, that went from being Bend High's ball. Normally, a high school punter probably gets it to 30, 20. Went from being Bend High's ball there all the way to the 1 yard line, and
I mean, yeah, that landed near the 25 and just bounced all the way back to the end zone. And some of the players able to catch up to it. And we'll see what they can do here on defense. Bear hunting.
Yeah, you imagine it's 90% chance that it's a run play here. And it is. And is he in the end zone there? Yeah, officials talking about
Storm
it.
Players looking for a safety.
They think a safety. Officials looking like they're going to say he was just out of the end zone. And
no safety there.
But, I mean, even back, they're at the half-inch line now as will be second and a long 10. There's another. I mean, you can imagine what the play will be again. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, this is just like you don't realize it, but when there's a punt like this and it's that short, I mean, this is such a tough position to be in on offense. There's almost nothing you can do. It's just super risky. And it looks like they're going to run it up the middle, and he's in the end zone. That's going to be a safety for the Storm.
He fumbled the ball, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Storm. The Storm.
Wow. And, hey, I said go get points on defense. There's the Storm with the touchdown.
Wow, what a play.
Yeah, I mean, that was a touchdown for the Storm. The ball was fumbled. It looks like Ben tried to do maybe like a pitch on the run, and yeah, that's super risky. They mishandled it, and just like that, it's a tie game pending the lead for the Storm on this extra point.
Yeah, and we saw before, extra points are not a gimme. Bend High crowd getting loud as the snap is high, and again, it's blocked, so it will stay 6-6. As we'll take a look back at this touchdown here. Bend High snapping the ball, trying to pitch it out wide. He just falls down and out, and recovered by Zach Sawyer Crocker there. So wasn't able to get the touchdown on offense, but able to come in on defense and pick up the 6.
Yeah, and I mean that's super big, and you got to imagine the Summit defense is really hyped, and now they're going to go back on the field, and I mean, that's just a huge confidence killer for the Lava Bears, who had a super incredible start to this game. Now they got to go out there after that and try and figure something out. This game tied, and the momentum has swung back towards the Storm.
Yeah, and like you said, this defense going to go out and prove themselves again. As wow, that we're in for a game here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm almost speechless. I can't do my job. That was such an incredible play there from the Storm, and here's the kickoff. See if Ben High can gain back some momentum and do what R.A. Villano did.
As Max Shepard to kick it off and kicks it all the way 5 yards deep in the end zone, and they're going to call that a touchback. As that will set up the Bend offense.
So Pierce, you'll have to let me know. In high school, is that an automatic touchback, or are you allowed to take it out of the end zone? Because it looked like he wanted to take it.
Yeah, I do not know the rules there. I think the official was waving fair catch. The Bend High player was waving fair catch, and the official thought he did. But I don't know. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that was
interesting there.
Interesting. Maybe he changed his mind. But
Yeah.
Here we go. Lava Bears back on offense. Caden Cooper receiving the snap at QB, motion in the backfield, and messing with the snap a bit, and he's able to throw it before he gets sacked.
And that's Neveroff coming off the.
Here we go. Lava Bears back on offense.
Concussion there, making an impact early in this first quarter here. Neveroff not falling for the fake, getting in the backfield and making the QB pressure there.
Yeah, that's super solid defense, and we'll see if they can do it again here on second down. And also, really good job there from the Lava Bears and from Caden Cooper to get the ball out before he gets sacked. I mean, that's obviously a bit of a high-pressure situation. Stay level and just get rid of it. Wasn't grounding or anything.
Yeah, it's now the Lava Bears setting up for 2nd and 10, faking the pitch out right, going to the left side, has blockers ahead, and the Storm just barrel through them, and that will bring up a 3rd and long 9.
Yeah, and Lava Bears seem a little bit less lively on offense.
Pitch out right, going to the
left side as the blockers ahead.
Situations. We'll see if they can do it again here.
Yeah, it's very impressive gang tackling there for the Storm, as sets up the long 3rd and 9 here. And I mean, we'll say this a lot throughout the game, but this is a big play. Can really set the momentum here, because you do not go for 4th down, 4th and 9 in your own territory like this. High snap, fakes the end around, or has the end around there. Storm able to force him out of bounds.
I think he might have been just past the marker. It's hard to tell from that angle, but I think he might have got it.
Oh, the official moving back and forth now. As the officials talking it over, and they're going to say 4th and inches.
Short. And yeah, the punt team's going to come out here. It's so tempting, especially after how successful you've been on 4th down. But it's so tempting to go for this if you're the Lava Bears. But you got to punt it this deep in your own territory, especially after what happened last time out.
Yeah, and Bend High just runs an offense that can be so incredibly frustrating when they get plays on you. I equate it very much to an Army-like offense, as Ben now punting it up, high kick, and that will land about the 40 or 35-yard line. Villano there just letting it bounce, and it rolls all the way back up to the 35. So a pretty decent punt there. But the Storm will get pretty decent field position from the 35. And Finn, what are you looking to see from Andrew Guthrie this drive?
Well, I mean, honestly, there's nothing I'm looking to see from him. I just want to see his O-line give him a couple more seconds in the backfield to try and make a play, because you got to remember the score's tied, but Summit has 2 yards total on offense so far in this game. They got to go out and start producing offense. We said it earlier. A lot of their games have just been killed by slow starts on offense, and if that's the case again today, it's going to be really tough to stick with the Lava Bears. And they run it up the middle with Crocker, and it looks like he may have a yard there.
Yeah, again, just like I think, obviously not a coach, easy to say from up here, but I like the matchup with Kai Scally. His length and speed is really a killer, and I think we haven't really seen that yet so far at home, at least. You've seen it glimpses of it a few times, but
yeah, I mean he did have a touchdown in their last home game, as well as a really solid out on defense, and there is a couple yards there on the pass from Guthrie. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 3. It looks like, maybe 4.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that was mainly due to Villano and Scally staggered there to the left, drawing so much attention. And the Storm receiver core, I think, is very strong. Is Guthrie now trying to keep it for himself on 3rd down, is going to lose 3 yards there. Brings up probably a 4th and 5.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a very interesting play call. I don't know if maybe the play was just kind of dead from the start and he was trying to make something out of it. But when the blocking has been as subpar as it has been so far, I feel like you can't go for a QB sneak, especially when you need 3-4 yards there.
I think we've seen the Storm do this a lot. I like a little quick out to Villano or Scally there with the corners pressed so far back. So Villano now on to punt, see if he can flip the field again. Bend High going to let it bounce again, and that ball's going to take a Summit roll only to the 20-yard line this time. So that will set up the Lava Bears offense on the 20-yard line with 52 seconds left in the quarter.
Yeah, this has been kind of a Iowa type of game for the Storm. A lot of punting, super solid defense, but they just aren't getting it done on offense so far, and it's so frustrating because they have the guys. They've showed flashes all season of being able to do stuff like that, and it's just not panning out here so far.
As Bend High looking to get off to what they had their first drive, hands it out left, and he's going to lose half an inch there as probably get one or two more plays here before the end of the quarter.
Yeah, and again, Lava Bears, they've been pushing the pace against the Storm. They've been making them play maybe a little bit faster than they'd like to. The Storm are usually kind of a slow, grinded-out type of team. And Lava Bears doing a good job kind of making them uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think we see two very different styles of football which clash to make a very interesting game. The Storm, historically, past few years, have been a very explosive offense, but now more so relying on the defense a little bit with a young offensive core. As taking the snap, dropping back in the pocket, and chucks it deep, and they're going to throw a flag there on Hoban. And official's going to talk it over, or not. I don't. Looks like the call on the field is going to be holding, because Hoban did look back there.
I think that's an interesting call. I don't think it's necessarily a bad call though. They've been doing a good job, I think, kind of legislating flags in the field. And they've also called them on a few like small technicalities, like you saw on the full start that they're throwing in front of them. And then you saw like Hoban, and it's almost frustrating as a fan to watch that. But overall, the referees have been doing a super good job of letting you know that, and that was at the end of the day probably
Yeah, just a frustrating call there if you're Hoban.
Definitely happy if you're a Lava Bear fan, though, to see the pass offense just kind of go at it there. I mean, they've been running it a ton, which I don't blame them. They've had one of the best, arguably the best run offense in the conference this season. But Caden Cooper is not a bad quarterback, and he can make plays, and he can use his arm, and he almost did just there. It was an incomplete pass, of course, with the penalty.
Yeah, I think the run game really setting up the offense is a little bit of confusion. Oh, can't end on a offensive penalty there, so we're going to have an untimed down here with 0 seconds at the end of the first. I don't think I've ever seen this rule applied with the first quarter or third quarter. I normally see it before half or before the end of the game.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, so 11. Untimed second or first and 10 here. There's still more confusion on the field. The chain gang not really knowing where to line up. As it will be 2nd and 10 from the Bend High 30 for untimed down at the end of the quarter.
Yeah, both teams just seemed a little confused. Obviously, This is a bit of a weird situation, but here come the Lava Bears lining up on offense.
See Kai Scally motion in there, decides not to blitz, hold the contain angle to the left as the Lava Bears run it up the middle to the left and able to pick up 4-ish yards on there. And that will bring us to the quarter. Summit 6, Bend High 6.
Yeah, I think that was kind of a very interesting quarter of football. Obviously, some weird plays on both sides of the ball for both teams, but I think that Bend High did a good job kind of staying calm, especially when things went wrong, like that fumble in the end zone. And I think same with the Storm. They got off to a really bad start, an interception. The quick touchdown for the Lava Bears. I think both these teams are doing a good job just staying in this. You know, it's only one quarter. There's still 3 more quarters of football to be played. And, you know, we'll see if they can continue that going into the second quarter here. I think that the Storm definitely just really need to get bumping on offense. It's been a problem all year to start these games, and it is again tonight. And it's just such a killer, especially when they work so hard on defense and do so great on defense as they have been doing tonight. We'll see if they can stop them here again, stop the Lava Bears here again, get back on offense, and finally get something going.
Yeah, I think that Gunther, I mean, every single game we talk about it shows these flashes of being a great quarterback. And obviously, as an underclassman, it is not the easiest to come into an environment in a program like the Storm and feel that pressure on you. As Lava Bears now will take the snap on 2nd and 6, and it'll get stuffed.
Yeah, big third down here. And again, you probably can't go for it on 4th in this territory. So if the Storm can get another stop here, get the ball back, try and get something going, that'd be really big for their momentum.
So they'll call this a 3rd and 4.
Third down and 4.
And the Storm really, I mean, I think the Storm keys to the game is containing the edge. Lava Bears, I mean, they've done a great job in the middle in the trenches. It's that edge running that the Lava Bears have been able to capitalize on. And we'll see what happens here on a 3rd and 4. Snap goes back, fakes the handoff, trying to throw it, and gets pressured and incomplete, almost picked.
That was almost picked, and then it was tipped up, and then a Lava Bear player almost caught it for the first down. But it's going to be incomplete, and it looks like they're running the ball.
That is some high school football for you, folks. Pass gets thrown up, really wayward. Is that Sawyer Crocker trying to jump up? It was almost like he wasn't expecting that there.
It's just a weird energy all of a sudden. There's been so many weird plays like that tonight, just over and over. You started off with that interception with the ball that just kind of like swooped out of Volano's hands, and then there was the fumble, and then that play there. And it looks like the Lava Bears are going to punt here. Volano in the backfield.
Interesting question. Would you rather have the ball at the opponent's 45 or Volano on a punt return? As we'll see if they let him have a return here, and they don't. That ball will roll back. I'm surprised we haven't seen more fair catches here, as that's exactly what the Storm coaches are telling Volano to do there. I mean, you get Storm will come out at the 20-yard line versus the 30. That's a big difference there. I mean, at least in the NFL, I think statistics showed with the new kickoff about like a 10% increase in scoring when you start at the 30 versus the 20. So interesting. I'm surprised we haven't seen more of that, as Guthrie will lead this offense out.
There's a solid play there for the Storm, picking up a couple yards, and they really need to develop that run game early, I think. That's something that's been lacking from this game. On that first drive, they didn't even try and run the ball. It was pass plays on every single play. And so I think developing the run game like that is going to be big for them to get this offense going.
It brings up a 2nd and 4. Good first down play there. Is low snap, and that will be a false start, as it was going to be a handoff to Jude Anderson, but we'll back the Storm up 5 and bring up a 2nd and 9 here. As this game started off, a lot of momentum, and just like you said earlier, going to call encroachment there, so that will be a first down for the Storm, and Storm all the way up now to the Bend High at 27.
Yeah, I mean, as you were saying, Pierce, there was like a lot of momentum for both teams, and then now it just kind of feels weird. Like neither team is fully into it. But here's Guthrie handing it off, and a couple more yards there for the Storm.
Yeah, and Anderson able to pick up about 3 there, bring up a 2nd down. Just the energy kind of got deflated with the untimed down at the end of the first, and just a lot of weird vibe coming from the game so far. As Guthrie will drop back, looking to throw, finds Scally over the middle. Scally across the 50, breaking a tackle, and goes out at the... Officials have not marked did at the Bend High 43 there.
Huge explosive play there. Finally getting that passing game going. Guthrie, super solid pass to Scally. He picks up a couple yards after the catch as well. He was trying to stay in bounds and keep going there. That would have been even better of a play there for the Storm, but that's going to push them ahead quite a bit, and new set of downs as well.
Guthrie dropping back to pass again, looking for Scally again, and he's able to catch that. Is Bend High arguing that hit the ground, but don't have replay.
Yeah, and I don't quite think it did. It looked like Scally got a hold of it before he hit the ground.
As the Storm really riding on the back of Guthrie, and the O-line able to provide some time for him to get the ball off quickly. So we'll set up a 2nd and short 5. Guthrie dropping back to pass again, getting pressure from the outside, chucking it deep to Hoban, and couldn't find him there.
Yeah,
I think
he's lucky that wasn't intercepted. He threw that into double coverage. It was a little bit short, and he's just not getting a ton of time still to throw the ball, but definitely better than it was to start the game.
Yeah, if we take another look at this, I think Bend High's corner got inside leverage on Hoban there. Guthrie threw it to the inside. Hoban had the outside wide open. So I think obviously easy to say from me up here, but a back corner fade would have been the play there. As they'll bring up a 3rd and 5, pitches it out to Jude Anderson, who gets stuffed in the backfield. Storm unable to contain the edge rushers, and that will bring up a 4th and 9, and that goes from a do you go for it, do you not, to a yeah, let's punt the ball.
Yeah, I mean, you're past the 50-yard line, but you're still kind of too far back, and I think you just punt the ball. Especially with how great the special teams unit has been tonight. Get back on defense, but definitely a little bit more going on there on offense for the Storm. And, it's about time. We're out of the first quarter towards the second half of the second quarter, and that's usually when they decide to start playing offense. And
did that ball hit the Bend player? He looked like he tried to go fair catch it, but
yeah, it looked like he ran underneath it, and that's going to be yet again deep in the Lava Bear territory.
Take another look at that. Looks like a little interesting play there. It looked like he was trying to catch it or fake. I don't know. As that will set up the Lava Bears inside their own 10. So Villano again doing a good job on the punts there. As we'll see what the Storm defense can do, as Storm's only points have came from the defense so far.
Yeah, and it was again in a situation just like this where the Lava Bears are deep in their own territory, and it looks like they're going to throw, and looks like no yards to gain there. Super solid defense on the screenplay. That'll bring up 2nd down for the Lava Bears.
Yeah, Storm doing a good job preventing the yak yards from the receiver there. But again, those quick passes outside are set up by the run game. Storm need to commit so much to it to stop the Lava Bears. So we'll bring up a 2nd and about 5. As Lava Bear's looking to pass again, looking to that outside again, and overthrows his receiver.
Yeah, that was a risky throw. That looked like something that could have been intercepted.
Yeah.
And that has been a problem for the Lava Bears earlier this season. I mean, they are undefeated, but they've been struggling a bit with turnovers, and they've done a pretty disciplined job, other than, of course, that end zone fumble that resulted in points for the Storm.
Yeah, I think, first time watching them this year in person, the Lava Bears. And I think those passes to the outside get floated in the air for a long time. And I think if the Storm are able to play press coverage, I mean, with their corners, Hoban and Scally, if they're able to play press coverage there, I think that will really benefit the Storm. Is we'll get a penalty after the play against the Storm. Will be a 1st down for the Lava Bears. Not sure what happened on the field there.
Yeah, it wasn't very obvious. It must have been. What could have that been? The only thing I could think of was unsportsmanlike conduct, but
it's
really
only 10 yards.
Yeah, it didn't seem like that.
As Lava Bears now will set up with a 1st and 10 out of the back of their end zone, fake the handoff, and then hand it off again, and he's going nowhere with a loss of 2 on the play. Every Storm player in for the tackle there.
It was a real team effort, like Alex Neveroff said earlier. They got to play as a
Yeah.
team, and they played as a team there. Brings up 2nd and long here for the Lava Bears.
And don't let the records deceive you here with 5-0 versus 2-3 here. Storm, really tough start to the season, but again, playing some of the best teams in the state, and then the Idaho state champs from last year. Lava Bears still, though, I mean, I think obviously haven't played the Wilsonvilles of the world, but I think still 5-0 is 5-0, and there's not much you can say to argue that. As dropping back to pass again, Storm able to get pressure. Ball is bobbled and then caught for a gain of 3, and will bring up a 3rd and long 7.
Yeah, good throw there from Cooper. Found a guy really quick, able to get a couple yards there. They needed a positive play there to set up this 3rd down. I mean, 3rd and 12 is super tough, obviously, but 3rd and 3 not as much. So I like the decision to just go short, take the yards, not try and force anything, and just get ready for this 3rd down. You know, kind of a next play type of mentality.
Yeah, as the Storm will take a timeout here to talk things over. Again, said it a lot, but big 3rd down play here. There is still about 7 minutes left in the half, so obviously time for a lot of different drives, but. As the Storm crowd trying to get into it here on a 3rd and 7. Lava Bears dropping back to pass. Storm not able to get pressured that quick, and almost picked by Scally there.
Yeah, that was the 2nd almost interception from the Storm tonight. Scally's super solid on defense, and also that receiver just was covered a ton by the Storm defense. They did a really good job once the ball was in the air, reacting and recovering, and that's going to bring up 4th and long for the Lava Bears.
So we'll bring one of those you don't go for it type downs back up in your own territory, 4th and 7. Storm will get the ball back with 6:47 left in the half. See what Guthrie can do with it. So the punt is high and going to land around the 40. Villano electing to fair catch it, like we said before. As Storm will get the ball, 6:49 on the clock. And again, I think that offensive line has done a way better job. Guthrie's been able to connect with his senior receiver, Scally. And I think really just relying on the receiving core here and falling back on that. If the O-line gives you enough protection or gives Guthrie enough protection, find the open receivers, because Scally and Villano have really shown that they've been able to get separation on this Lava Bears defense. It's just about finding them quick enough.
Yeah, I think normally the Storm are a bit of a run-first team, and that has been working as well for them tonight. The Lava Bears have been studying up, and they show blitz here.
As Guthrie will look to the sidelines with the Lava Bears showing blitz. We'll see what they do. End up falling back from the blitz. Guthrie out quickly to his receivers, able to absorb the hit and keep cutting up field.
Yeah, and that's a huge play from Connolly. That looked like maybe just short of a first down, or that might have been a first down. Yeah, it's going to be a couple of yards short, but either way, super good job by Connolly, just kind of taking the ball and not giving up on the play.
Yeah, and again,
that pass game's been the go-to for the Storm offense all of a sudden.
I think the quick passes there, that's not the kryptonite of Benthigh's defense, but as Guthrie dropping back to pass, finds Scally again for the first down. And those 5, 6, 7 yard passes, like we just said, are really coming in clutch, and that will be a first down for the Storm into Lava Bear territory.
Yeah, I think what that's also kind of exciting is, these short passes often end up setting up really big passes, and I think that you could see that from the Storm. Guthrie showed us time and time again that he is a cannon, and he can throw the ball deep. and we'll see what they do here on first down. I think they should be aggressive, and he's dropping back again and finds a guy, and it's nearly intercepted. He's moving up the field at the 20 and brought down just before the 10. There's Connerly.
And yeah, Guthrie just able to, when he gets time in the pocket, found him the whole way and able to throw that where only his receiver can catch it, and just nearly spinning around there, able to break a few tackles. And just like that, the Storm are knocking on the door of the end zone in the red zone.
Yeah, and that's a super disciplined job from a young quarterback, stepping up in the pocket, not panicking when the sides kind of came undone and the Lava Bears started pressuring him. He stepped up and made a really big pass to get them into the red zone.
As a high snap, Guthrie able to corral it and just throws it away. Did he get it across the line of scrimmage? They're going to say no. So that is going to be a intentional grounding call there. Unfortunate there for the Storm with very promising play. The snap just goes over Guthrie's head, and then trying to get rid of it, which was the smart play, but did not get it past the line of scrimmage. Of course, when you're outside of the pocket there, need to either pass it to the area of a receiver or pass the line of scrimmage, and Guthrie, according to the officials, did neither there, as that will be intentional grounding and a loss of down. So we'll bring up a second, and I'm not sure in high school if it's a yardage penalty or a spot penalty.
Yeah, we'll just call it second and really long.
Yeah.
And after a couple big plays from the Storm back to back to back, this is where that young team and that discipline factor comes into play. But you can't snap the ball over your quarterback's head in a tight game like this. That's just things that the Storm are going to learn as they continue to play throughout the years, throughout the season, and throughout the rest of this younger team's time at Summit.
As we're gonna call this a second, and the ball is all the way at the Lava Bear 40. So this is going to be a second and almost 40. But
hey, if there's anyone who can get a first down here, it might be Kai Scally. He's been super explosive, and you see him out there on the far end, and it's thrown, and it's intercepted by the Lava Bears, and the Lava Bears moving upfield. He's still on his feet. And he has space. He was looking for a pick six there, but he's brought out of bounds just past the 50-yard line there by the Summit offense.
And Guthrie just floats it a little too high for Solano there. Then on the return, not able to get close to him with the Lava Bear blockers. And that's two interceptions there for the Storm. With that Guthrie-Villano connection, just haven't been able to find it so far this game.
Yeah, super tough. I mean, he's super fast and explosive, but the one thing that he's not is physical. He's just a little bit smaller than a lot of those linebackers out there, and you saw it right there. And here's the pass for the Lava Bears for just a couple yards.
And a good tackle there was that Hoban on that, just lowering his shoulder and preventing the yak yards. Those will be a 2nd and 5. And again, that pendulum of momentum just completely swinging back. That intentional grounding play just killed the Storm. I mean, the scoreboard had it as 2nd and 35. But
yeah, I mean, obviously that's super tough down in distance, and that's when you start making mistakes like throwing deep interceptions.
Yeah. It's Lava Bears handing it off inside.
Oh,
the ball comes out.
And someone has the football, and he's going up the field. He has room. Can he outrun the defenders? And he's just short of the touchdown.
Oh,
he's so close to the touchdown there.
As the ball just squirts out on the tackle there and picked up by the Storm, and just able to outrun Lava Bear player there and tackle just at the 5. Oh, great. I mean, we talked about the pendulum earlier. That pendulum has completely flipped to the other side, and that energy has been brought back.
Yeah, and that's going to make it 2 turnovers for both teams. That's 2 picks for the Storm and 2 fumbles for the Lava Bears. And Storm are first and goal here with not a ton of space to make up for that touchdown. They see red, see what they can do. And snap is high, but here's Guthrie on his feet. And it looked like he might have been just a yard short there.
And that's something that just can't happen. You come off a play.
Touchdown. They see
The
red.
snap was
See
high.
what they can
You
do.
lost it. Just can't have that high snap because like we said, game of inches, game of seconds there. If Guthrie's able to get that ball in his hand sooner, I mean, he's able to tuck it quicker. He's able to run it quicker. And the Storm on the 1-inch yard line here.
Yeah, you might be seeing them push for the end zone here. And it looked like he might have got it. So hard to tell. And they're saying he's not quite in, so that's going to bring up 3rd and very, very short to the goal line for the Storm. Just can't quite punch it in here.
Okay, so this comes a little short.
As the Storm now coming quick to the line, just trying to punch it in. And Guthrie going over top.
They got it. And there's the first touchdown for this Summit offense, and you can hear that crowd. They like it. Storm off to kick for that extra point. I thought they might go for 2 here just to keep the party partying. And it's blocked again. So far in this game, 3 touchdowns and 0 extra points.
Yeah, really interesting turn of events there for the Storm. No touchdown or 3 touchdowns, no extra points, like you said. That is some high school football for you.
And they've all been blocked as well, all 3 of them.
Yeah. The Storm, that was a crucial drive, set up, of course, by the defense. So I think that like we said, this defense really setting up this offense in crucial positions.
Yeah, I mean, that scoop and score was so close. Obviously, Summit super happy to get the touchdown there that they've been needing so badly. But oh man, it's so close, so frustrating if you're a Summit fan just to see them come that close. Such an explosive play either way, though.
As the Storm now to kick it off, and this has been an entertaining first half so far. Had some interesting moments, and the vibe of this game has shifted a lot. But we're back to it. The Storm up on Bend as Max Shepard to kick it off. And the kick is up and going to fall just inside the end zone. And the Lava Bears electing to return. I think you talked about earlier about the return or touchback rules. I think it's more so just the official's judgment, just kind of like it's interesting there. I mean, I think personal opinion, think that you at least take a knee or let the ball go out of the back of the end zone or something there, because then it leaves it up to judgment, which is always an interesting thing.
And here come the Lava Bears on offense. They got plenty of time to respond. Still 4 minutes left here in the first half. And Cooper hands it off. And Lava Bears pick up a couple yards on the run up the middle. Summit's been doing an awesome job on defense, stopping those runs up the middle. That's been kind of the Lava Bears' bread and butter this season is just pounding the ball up the middle, or also, something like a bug sweep, get it outside, get your running back some room. But Summit's not been allowing it. They've been super suffocating on the D-line.
As Lava Bears now in the same formation, handing off, same play, and this time going nowhere. Is they're going to say he got just an inch there. So that will bring up a third down and a pretty big third and 5 here. As again, the momentum definitely in favor of Summit. See what the Lava Bears can do here as going to make some substitutions and break out of the huddle and go to the formation that they're most comfortable with. See this a lot from them as taking the snap and handing it off to the right, running right through the blockers and able to pick up the first down there.
Yeah, they've been really liking that jet sweep handoff play. That's, I think, the third or fourth time that they've ran it. They've gotten a first down on it. It's been effective, and shouldn't fix what's not broken. And they definitely have it with that jet sweep play.
Yeah, you kind of get an extra blocker here in the backfield. If you look, you see that the kind of the third bend high player in the backfield there, and he makes a pretty key block downfield on the second level.
And here's another handoff up the middle, and there's a flag flying in the backfield.
As normally the signal is holding, but could always be surprised here as they're going to wave the flag, so no flag on the play.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you wouldn't normally see holding on a play that quick.
Yeah.
Normally see holding on plays where the QB extends it for a long time, and the O lineman just starts losing his block, and that time, they wave the flag. Just you can't really call holding on a play like that.
Yeah, I think
it's going to be a gain of about 1 to bring up the second down for the Lava Bears.
this will be a second down play. Lava Bears 2 receivers out wide. Takes the snap, weird snap, and falls down. And just similar to college, high school rules, you're down when your knee touches the ground there.
Yeah, that's going to bring up a third and plenty long for this Lava Bears offense. They haven't been throwing the ball in the air too much, but if you're going to, now's the time. Chuck it up there and see what Caden Cooper can do.
Yeah, 3rd and 15. Storm, I'm imagining, going to drop pretty deep as running the 2 high safeties look.
And if the Lava Bears aren't able to get this and they punt, that leaves a little bit of time for a relatively explosive Storm offense to try and go make a play. The ball's in the air, and he's way short, so that's going to bring up 4th and 12.
As the Storm now going to take a timeout with 1:04 left on the clock here to prevent the Lava Bears from running it down. And a great tackle there by the Storm, just very fundamental, shoulder to hip there, and just able to drill them. Again, no yak yards. The yards after catch have been very minimal for the Lava Bears, other than the backfield shenanigans.
Yeah, no, it's been super discipline and fundamental defense from the Storm. They haven't been doing anything crazy. I mean, you had those weird almost interception plays, but other than that, just nothing out of the norm for them. Solid defense, and it's paying off because Lava Bears only got 6 points going into halftime here.
As now the Lava Bears back to punt after the Storm timeout. And you set the clock to 1:04. Little 1-minute drive here for the Storm, or you have Volano back to receive, and that's always makes it interesting if you give him some time. As snap is a little high, punter able to corral it, and that snap punt is really high, lands at the 45, and will take a bend high roll, probably to about the 32, call it, and that will bring out the Storm. And that punt, I mean, that took a little more than 10 seconds off the clock. So now 48. Storm with only 1 timeout here. So 48 seconds, 1 timeout. I mean, I try and get some early passes to Scally or Keneally. I mean, both of them have been pretty dominant. And then there's always the threat of Volano with his speed. I mean, I don't know if there's anyone in the Bend secondary that can match it, which is interesting. Bend High only coming out with 1 high safety here, As Gunther going to drop back to pass, and right outside through the hands of his receiver. I think he was looking for Hoban there. So we'll take another look at that. Great pass, and Hoban just unable to corral the ball here.
Safety here.
As Gunther stepping back, looks at Hoban, knows he's cutting, just right through his hands. Unfortunate, says know how talented Hoban is, saw his catch in the Idaho game. As Gunther now out to Keneally, who's tackled for only a gain of a few, and I wonder if that will maybe call one more play before half, because it is 3rd down now. Bend High does have 2 timeouts of their own if they do want the ball back, and the Storm don't pick it up on 3rd down. But the Storm now content to let the clock run at half.
And there's a flag on the play there. I think that's going to be a false start on the Storm. Back them up a little bit more.
You go for a Hail Mary here?
Yeah, favorite play is 4 verts and just see what you can do.
Yeah, or you do a little fake something. Go in the bag of tricks here.
It's pretty low pressure. You know, the only worry is obviously you got to protect the ball, but
yeah,
you know, not a ton of time left, so might as well just pull one out of the trick bag, see what you can do on offense, deep in the playbook. We'll see what Gunther can do. And he's going to hand it off. I was about to say, I assume he'll draw back to pass, but they'll hand it off.
Hand it off going to halftime.
Yeah,
12-6. Yeah.
Let that clock run out, and Summit lead the Lava Bears 12-6 in a really bizarre, really interesting first half. We'll see how things progress from here, but what do you think from both teams here, Pierce?
Yeah, I think the Storm really need to go back to what they've been good at this game is the quick passes to Scally, in the quick passes to Keneally, who's been a bright star in this game. Haven't seen that yet at home from him. And I think for the Lava Bears, it's really preventing those quick passes. They've done a great job against the Storm run game, but those quick passes have really been detrimental. As we'll catch you on the other end of half, the Storm leading the Lava Bears 12-6 in this IMC rivalry matchup.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of this crosstown rivalry game where the Summit Storm take on the Bend Lava Bears. It was a real bizarre first half, but the Summit have the lead 12-6. And one thing's for sure, this second half is going to be full of energy. It's going to be a really exciting half of football. Pierce?
Yeah, you see both crowds, both student sections, both parents really getting into this one for the second half kickoff. And we are underway from Summit Stadium for the second half of IMC rivalry action. Bend High.
And look, he wanted to bring that out, but the refs called it
touchback.
Touchback, yeah. So
Lava Bears really can set the tone here and tie it up and maybe take the lead. Those extra points are not for granted. We've seen 3 blocked extra points today.
Yeah. Like I said, it's been a super bizarre game if you're just joining us. There's been a ton of weird turnovers. There's been a lot of missed extra points or blocked extra points, as we said. And both teams have been struggling a little bit to get the offense rolling, but towards the end of the second quarter there, we saw some things going underway, and there's a couple yards there for the Lava Bears before the Storm stop them short of the first down marker.
Pickup of about 5 and an interesting pitch style there, almost like threw it to him like I don't want to say rugby, but like I don't even know what sport.
Yeah, that was you see a lot of those motion plays for the Lava Bears tonight. I think they've been trying to kind of throw off and confuse the Storm, and it's been working with a specific jet sweep play that they ran over and over.
Yep.
But yeah, they're running a lot of motions. They're running a pretty complicated offense in terms of X's and O's, but overall they're just keeping it on the ground a lot. They haven't been passing a ton. It's been somewhat effective, but haven't punched the ball into the end zone too much. And he stopped short again, so that'll bring up 3rd down on another kind of sweep running play that the Storm are just ready for at this point. It happened a lot in the first half, but overall they're just looking like they're kind of schemed up. good defense against that.
Watch the battle in the trenches here. I mean, the Lava Bears just winning it at first, able to get their running backs to the second level a lot of the time. But it's the 3rd and 2 here. See what the Storm defense or Lava Bear offense can do here. As another pitch handoff, and because of that snap, or not even not because of the snap, the Storm able to get in the backfield and force a 4th down. Excuse me.
Yeah, so the punt team's going to come out yet again for the Lava Bears. They've got a lot of action today. Mark Milano again in the backfield. He's been making things happen all season back there. We'll see what he can do again here. And the punting on both sides of the ball have been just like really impressive. There's been a lot of really deep punts. One that set up a touchdown for the Storm because of a defensive play, and that snap is bad, but he gets the punt off.
And he kneed it down. Oh my God!
So that's going to be a turnover on downs, deep in Lava Bear territory.
We'll take it. We'll slow it down for you here. The snap goes back. I think the punter fell on his knee as we see the snap go back, and the punter, yeah, he's on his knee there. Wow.
Absolutely huge play there. And that's just a really unfortunate mistake, and it was because of a bad snap. We've been seeing bad snaps happen all night long. It's been a killer for both teams.
Yeah, both teams.
It's been really affecting both teams on offense. You know, you saw a lot of snaps over Guthrie's head, and it looks like no gain there on the run up the middle, which Lava Bears have been doing a super great job defending that so far tonight. But yeah, back to the snap conundrums. There's just been, you know, there's a lot of energy, and both of these teams are relatively young, and there's just been like mistakes happening on both sides of the ball, you know, as you'd assume in a high school matchup like this one. Here's Guthrie back to pass. He has a guy, and there's the truck. He's looking for the end zone, and that's a touchdown. Looks like a Storm's a brewing in Bear Country. 6 points for Summit.
Wow, what a run. Just barrels through a Lava Bear defender, as we're going to need to take another look at that. Storm coming to the line. Guthrie gets the snap, drops back to pass, sees his receiver out, and then, oh my, just lowers the shoulder, and there's no stopping him once that happens, and lowers the shoulder again. Wow, that is a man amongst boys run type.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for it on a weird formation. Throw the screen and it's nowhere. So that's, I guess you could call that another missed extra point, I guess. I mean, it was a 2-point attempt, but yeah.
Storm going into their bag of tricks here. Really interesting play. It's Guthrie taking the snap, and that would have been a fumble, but I don't think it would have mattered, gone out of bounds there, as we have a really weird score in 18-6, but this Storm crowd does not care, and they're very energized for this.
So Lava Bears coming back on the field to receive the kick and get back on offense. Obviously, really shaky start, but you did see that from the Storm in the first half. They had a pretty slow start, and it ended up being completely fine. So see if the Lava Bears can bounce back, but if I'm a Lava Bear fan, I'm starting to get a little bit concerned because their pass offense has not been there tonight. And it's not just been because of their lack of play calling to throw the ball up in the air, which there has been, but when they do throw the ball, Summit's secondary has been super locked down, especially Kai Scally. I think he's had maybe 2 or 3 different deflected passes, and there's been 1 or 2 different times where there's almost been an interception. The other problem with the Lava Bears offense right now is the fumbling. They've had 2 fumbles, one that was very nearly brought back for a touchdown. And it's just been a problem with them all season protecting the ball, and they've gotten away with it. They haven't lost yet so far, obviously, but it's starting to bite them pretty bad here tonight as they take on the Storm.
Yeah, I agree with you. The turnovers, I mean, 5-0 is 5-0, and you can only play the people that are in front of you. But I think the Lava Bear schedule hasn't been to the par of the Storms, and that's just, you can only play who's in front of you. The Lava Bears coming to this ranked 4th in 5A, and the Storm 8th. Even despite the difference in records, just goes to show kind of the strength of the schedule there, as Lava Bears trying to run it outside and stuffed in the backfield for a no gain. will bring up 2nd and 10 as Alex Neveroff and Marco Larson in for the tackle.
Yeah, 2 big guys back there on the tackle, and they're both problems on defense, especially Neveroff, who has missed quite a few games this season. He had a concussion, and he had some other complications in terms of health, but he's back tonight, and he's been making a difference. He almost got a sack earlier in this game, and then, of course, he had that tackle right there for no gain.
Yeah, the big play. Those are 2 people you don't want to see in front of you. As Ben, dropping back to pass, lofts it
And
up.
it's picked off by the Storm, and he's running back down the sideline. He has room. There's no one there. That's a pick 6 for the Storm, and what a swing.
And again, we were talking about how the Ben High's quarterback just lofting it up too much in the air, and that's exactly what happened here. Lofting it too much, and 2 Storm defenders had a better chance of catching that than the Lava Bear receiver, and he'll take that all the way to the end zone. And little redemption there for the not getting one on the fumble.
Yeah, and I think the ref said he stepped out around the 12-yard line because the points aren't up on the board. Lava Bears defense is out there, so it was not quite the pick 6.
We'll take still get that energy boost as we'll take another look going down the sidelines. Storm in the way, and
it does look like he might have stepped out just by the 12-yard line, but so close to that pick 6. And that's the second time where a turnover on Lava Bear offense has almost led to points for the Storm, but I'd imagine their offense is starting to roll a bit. Hopefully they can punch this one in and, I don't know, maybe get an extra point would be nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the only thing they've lacked so far in this game.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing we've lacked in this game is an extra point. I mean, we had an untimed down at the end of the first quarter before we had an extra point.
Yeah, we've had blocked kicks, we've had turnovers, fumbles in the end zones, deep interceptions, that untimed down play. It's been a really bizarre game. But, I guess Summit likes a bizarre game because they are dominating right now to start off the second half.
Yeah, and again, those first half woes just really got to be very frustrating. And again, the Storm didn't even take a timeout because a whole bench thought it was a touchdown, but now Guthrie out there, rolls to the left and gets immediately pressured and sacked. Glad he held on to the ball there. That would have been, it almost fell out. As we'll take another look at that.
Touchdown, but now Guthrie out there.
Guthrie's slipping out, going to the left. He tries to throw it and has the ball in one hand.
Very risky, but lucky to hold on to it. Obviously, you had earlier in the game that ball that went over his head and the intentional grounding call, and it was about in the same position. So I think maybe a little more disciplined job just moving the ball. But here's Guthrie taking it by himself.
And breaking a few tackles and able to get back to the original line of scrimmage there. And that'll bring up a third and 10 here, which will be a lot better than a 3rd and 20. I mean, we saw a 2nd and 35, so.
Yeah, I think this poses a good opportunity for the Storm to just take it slow. You don't have to risk anything. You don't have to push it. You have the lead. I think, honestly, I wouldn't be mad taking a field goal here if I'm the Storm, but they look for the end zone, and it's short, so that's going to bring up 4th and 12. Pierce, do you think this is field goal range? I mean, for a game where there's been no made kicks on either side of the ball?
I mean, it depends on the blocking. I know Storm's kicker, Max Shepard, has the leg for it. We've seen that in his kickoffs. He has the leg to be able to make it. Can the blocks hold up on the edge? Can they contain the edge long enough to have the snap and kick go up?
Yeah, and the snap has been a problem as well.
Yeah, it has been.
It's been super tough for both teams to stay disciplined. It's just an exciting game, but we'll see as the Storm line up for the field goal.
This is a big one here. Push the lead up.
Yeah, all the way up to 21. Make up for those missed extra points.
Yep. As snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and kick is good.
Yeah, it's good. And finally get one through the upright. It sets up a big confidence boost for Storm's kicker. And, that's going to push the lead up to 21. A lot of times, field goals obviously aren't very exciting, especially on a drive that you thought you had to pick 6 just beforehand. But those 3 points are going to be super pivotal, especially since extra points have been kind of few and far between in this game. A play like that is going to create a much more comfortable lead for the Storm.
Yeah, we just saw the best special teams play of the day there, or maybe the Villano punt, but still just Now back to a somewhat more normal score than a 21-6, but
Yeah, it looked
very,
like a baseball blowout
Yeah.
beforehand, but now we got a football score as the Lava Bears come out to receive the ball here. Just try and get something rolling on offense. It's been a really tough start to the second half for them, and if they can get something going here, that's going to be big-time trouble for them.
and Shepard kicks it up and a dart right to the back of the end zone. Wow, very, very impressive kick.
Yeah, he's been showing off his leg with stuff like that tonight. So that'll give the Lava Bears the ball on the 25 here.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't really seen much of the Storm offense. Feels like the possession time here is probably like, what do you think, 75?
Yeah, it's definitely been big time in the Lava Bears' favor. And to start the game, they were moving the ball really quick and just really taking their time to try and kind of throw Summit off. And now they just haven't had the ball they have had the ball for a long time on these drives, but still no points. And they're going to crowd the far side of the field, and here's a screen, and there's just nothing there. That's going to be a loss of about 4. With the odd formation, it seems like the Lava Bears are just kind of trying stuff out.
Yeah, Hoban completely seeing through that, just getting points blocked.
They're going to crowd the far side.
Blockers there. The snap count was a little weird. The blockers didn't get off on the same time as the ball. And Hoban with a good IQ play there and able to get into the backfield and brings up a 2nd down and 15.
Yeah, it's just been stuff like that all game, kind of a bit off sync for the Lava Bears on offense, which you haven't seen from them much this season. And there's the quick curl play for a couple of yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 7.
And that's the first time we've seen, I've personally seen the Bend Lava Bears get some good yak yards, get 5 of them after Scally couldn't make the tackle there. And we'll bring up still a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, aside from that game, it's been a super disciplined, fundamental job on defense for the Storm. And even when the ball's in the air or when the Lava Bears have been running it a lot, they're just doing a good job. Just playing well and playing discipline.
As snap is back, looking to the left the whole time and gets drilled the minute the ball gets caught. And Hoban, again, really the star of this defensive drive. So we'll take another look at that. Hoban, just reading the quarterback's eyes, sees that ball gets lofted up, and the receiver has no chance of catching that. Very impressive play from Hoban there.
Yeah, so here comes the Lava Bears punt unit yet again. They're getting practice reps tonight, a ton of them. Lava Bears were able to capitalize on their first offensive drive of the night, but since then, nothing on the board. It's been a huge dry spell for them, and here's the fair catch that's dropped, and it looks like the Lava Bears might have recovered the football.
It's Hoban and another Lava Bears defender down there. And we'll see who comes up with it. The official marked down pretty soon, and another official pointing both ways, as Ben thinks it's theirs, and Hoban and I can't see who the Lava Bear player is not letting go of the ball. We'll see who gets up with it. It appears to be Hoban who comes up with the ball. The official's talking it over. And they're going to tell the teams to go to their benches. We'll take another look at this. The ball gets Villano. His knee might have been down, maybe. So we see the punt go up here. And then Villano pretty clearly touches it, but does he have possession when the knee goes down? And does Hoban recover it? Is the teams not knowing which unit to send on the field, and still no official call, as the officials now going to the coaches. Are we going to get a re-punt here?
Yeah, it looks like they just put the ball back on the original marker, and they're just going to try again. They're like, I don't know, let's just try again, start fresh.
I think that's a very anti-climactic play there. So we'll take another look at this, and you be the judge yourself here. Ball goes up. Villano made the fair catch call. Pretty clearly touches it, goes down, and they just couldn't tell who picked it up there. In my eye,
the Lava Bears got it, but
open.
they're just gonna
Yeah.
go ahead and try again. And here's punt number 2 for the Lava Bears.
More practice as punt is up, and we'll see if Villano will try and fair catch this. He will, and fumbles it again, and the Lava Bear is able to pick it up.
It is recovered by the Lava Bears. No question about that one. Twice in a row, Villano just can't hold on to the ball.
As we'll take another look at this. Punt goes up, and I guess ball don't lie there. As Villano makes the fair catch and just unable to make the play again, and the Lava Bears is able to pick it up. So we'll take another look at this.
More practice. Punt is up, and we'll see if Villano will try
And
and
then
fair catch this.
Villano clearly making the fair catch call. Just moves it to his left. Yeah. Wow. As we were saying before, the Storm have scored 21 unanswered as Ben got off to that pick off the hands of Villano and then intercepted, and then we're able to capitalize for a touchdown on that drive, missed the extra point, and then Summit scored 21 straight. But that play, swinging the pendulum a little bit back towards Bend here.
Yeah, and here come the Lava Bears, fresh set of downs after a really weird last couple of minutes. Trying to run it up the middle on the motion there for about 2 or 3 yards there.
Number 27 on the carry, is snap. Looks like 77 James Nelson.
Lost for words here about what has transpired the past few minutes here.
I mean, we've been saying the whole time it's been just a bizarre night,
Yeah.
and I don't think that you can sum it up better than that right there. But here go the Lava Bears again with another motion run up the middle, and they're stopped short again. So that's going to be a third down, a third and long here.
Could just be my bad memory. Obviously, sitting up here is easy to say, but the fake handoffs and then handing off again to that cutting player inside does not seem to work for the Lava Bears so far.
Yeah, and they've been doing it a lot too. I mean, they've honestly just been rotating like somewhere between 5 and 10 of the same plays,
Yeah.
mostly all on the ground over and over. And not a lot of points to show for it, but if they can get it rolling here a little bit, that'd be pretty impressive against this Storm defensive unit.
As we'll get a timeout on the field. And Bend High looking to take a timeout on the 3rd and 8, and you imagine this is a very, I mean, this is do or die here. In my eyes, I think it's do or die.
I mean, if you give this up and Summit gets the ball back and they go down and score again, that puts you in a really tough position, especially late here in the 3rd quarter, going into the last 12 minutes of football. I think that this is definitely their most important play of the game so far, and if they can't capitalize on this, they could be in trouble.
Yeah, so we'll do a little second half recap here. Storm able to get the big play, just trucking over kids, running into the end zone. And then on the next drive here, Lava Bears just throwing it up, 2 Storm defenders in the area, and they're going to say he stepped out here at the 12, led to the Summit field goal. And then, of course, the muff punt.
Practice. Is up
by Villano.
Catch this, he will.
That all brings us to this 3rd and 8. Lava Bears handed off on a 3rd and 8, and he's not going to get there.
It was so close to breaking through that secondary for a first down, but couldn't quite get there. That'll bring up 4th and 5 for the Lava Bears. Pierce, if I'm the Lava Bears, even though they're in tough field positioning, I think you got to go for this.
I agree. Like I said, I think this is do or die. There's 4 minutes left in the 3rd. You give it back to the Storm. They're going to chew that clock out probably all the way down to the I mean, I don't think you're getting this ball back unless your defense plays outstanding until the 4th quarter, 9 minutes left. And at that point, down 2 scores, and we've seen how hard the touchdown might be the easy part here. The extra point in special teams might be hard as they're going to drop back to pass, looking for the left corner, has them, and it's picked.
And And the Storm just capitalizing there, as I think Cooper a little bit of pressure, obviously, had to force him to
Drop back to the pass.
yeah, he was just looking for something that wasn't there. And so, yeah, just a beautiful interception. And Storm had a couple opportunities for those in the first half and couldn't quite hold on to the ball, but that's 2 so far here in the second half.
And we'll see what the Storm can do on the run game here, because that's been it's been kind of the detriment to the Storm team, I think. As the Storm little pitch play inside, cutting it to the left, breaks a tackle and able to pick up about 3.
That's 14 Connor can easily good. Flag down.
As there's a flag on the play. I imagine probably a holding against the Storm, as we'll get the call here from the official. Holding against the Storm, yes, that will back them up 10 yards. As the Storm, really, that's something you can't do. That stops the clock and plays right into Bend High's hands here. You back them up, you're at your own 30 now, and that clock isn't ticking anymore.
Yeah, I think this is a kind of a concerning moment for the Storm. If they're going to be undisciplined, if they're going to kind of get out of their game zone here, that could be a problem. But they're Scally on the comeback route, and he grabs a few extra yards.
Trying to be a little shifty there and get through, but Scally able to pick up the well-needed yards there for the Storm, going to the pass. And then Scally smartly stays in bounds there. Keep the clock running.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily think this is time to chew clock for the Storm. You know, you still have a whole nother quarter after this. And my grandpa used to be a football coach, and he always say, you know, teams lose when they get ahead, and then they start playing like they're ahead. You got to keep being aggressive. You got to keep playing like you're down 2 scores. Otherwise, you're going to get out of it. You're going to kind of get out of your zone, and other teams are going to be able to capitalize. You saw it the other night when Miami matched up against Cal. Cal had a huge lead on a team that was honestly much more talented than them, started playing real conservative, and then they ended up losing because Miami was able to capitalize on how unaggressive Cal was being. And you really don't want that to happen to you if you're the Storm. And not a lot of time, but he gets the pass off, and that's a first down for the Storm. Really impressive play there from Guthrie. He's able to get it to Sawyer Crocker.
Yeah, a little screen pass there, and that Benton High blitz has been deadly all night. And Crocker doing a good job getting up and catching that and then running for the first down. As the officials are talking something over in the Summit backfield.
Yeah, I think they might just be...
As the Storm are now moving back, there is a flag on the field.
Yeah, I think they might call a holding there, which again is weird because the play went so quick. You don't often see holding like that. So
yeah,
unless it was a legal man downfield or something like that.
They're
not
gonna,
exactly sure.
They're going to go to the coaches now. So we'll see what the call is here. The Storm have already backed up, but it's a lot. They're talking to everyone here.
And there was never a flag down on the field. They just kind of stopped.
Yeah, and then threw one, as they have not made a call yet. They're gonna legal man downfield. Okay, that was the call. As the Storm. One of those tough high school calls in the pros and college. I get it, but as a lineman on a screen pass, I mean, you see green grass ahead of you, and you're not keeping track if you're close to the line of scrimmage. There, you're going straight up. As that'll bring up a 3rd and long, quick pass out to Scally, and Scally with 2 drops in a row there. Very uncharacteristic 2 drops from him. Normally a very almost like a tight end, just very solid receiver to go to. And unfortunately, the incomplete pass stops the clock. So. Maybe the do or die I was talking about before, I was completely wrong there. Bend will get the ball back with 2:32 left in the 3rd.
Yeah, we've probably talked your ear off all night about discipline and about, Summit being a young team, but you saw it right there. That was not discipline. They had a bad penalty, and then they had a drop pass, and when you let stuff like that happen, that keeps you away from just shutting out games that you should be kind of wrapping up, as you could say in this one. But again, there's still a whole quarter of football to be played, and Summit only has a 2-score lead, plus a little bit of change with that missed extra point. But
So that will set up the Lava Bear offense inside the Storm 25. Handed off, and that is going nowhere. Stopped.
yeah, and again, like I just said, there's still a whole nother quarter to be played. But it is interesting to see the Lava Bears still just so dead set on that run game, keeping the clock ticking here. But, with that being said, their pass game has been risky. They've thrown 2 picks so far in the second half. It's just been kind of a problem for them. We'll see what they can do here on second down. But I wouldn't be surprised if they went back to the run game if they continue to do so for the rest of this drive.
As dropping back to pass, floats one high, and he's going to be out of bounds there.
Yeah, I think Cooper has just been struggling a bit on the pass game. I think he's been feeling some pressure from that Summit D line, and he just hasn't been very accurate tonight. He's been thrown into traffic, and he hasn't been able to put the ball where his receivers can catch it, and that was no different there, where he had a guy, and he tried to find him, but it was just a little bit off, and, a little bit off is a lot off in football. It's a game of inches, and that's going to bring up another third down for the Lava Bears.
It's a 3rd and long 7 here. As dropping back again, looking at his receiver, hold away, doesn't see Neveroff, gets drilled, and that's going to be a pass interference or holding there. It is an interception for the Storm, but that is definitely coming back.
Yeah, I also wouldn't be surprised if they maybe called that roughing the passer. I mean, I don't personally think it was, but that was a pretty big hit he took there from Neveroff.
As we see, downfield Sawyer Crocker just tackling the Lava Bear receivers.
A lot of the time when you see a receiver kind of down on the field like that, it does end up being pass interference. And it looks like that's the call. So tough break for the Storm there, because it looked like interception number 3 just of this quarter.
As again, the holding, so that will be a first down for the Lava Bears. Not sure what the talk on the field was there. Seemed pretty clear, but will be Lava Bears ball with 1st and 10 at probably call that about the 35. As Lava Bears here, see what they can do on offense. Second half, ever since that first drive, the Storm defense has been suffocating at times. And really the biggest gainer plays we've seen have been penalties, as we're waiting for the chain gang to set up. And we'll be underway with 2:07 left in the 3rd quarter. And what's interesting is going from a really fast-paced first half to a really slow-paced 3rd quarter.
Yeah, this 3rd quarter's pretty much gone on for 2 quarters. A lot of weird stuff there, and here's another kind of trick play in the backfield. Tackle is made by, looks like, Pierce, you know who that was?
Did not catch the number there.
That's number 84 going to the Lava Bears.
But either way, that's going to be a loss of several yards for the Lava Bear. Bring up second down, again after a big break on the 3rd down. But I think on 4th down plays here, if you're the Lava Bears, you got to start going for them. So you got time, you got a lot of plays to try and make something happen. I really just want to see them start passing the ball. I know it has been ineffective. There's been turnovers from the passing game, but the run game hasn't been effective either, and it's time to just start trying to make plays like that screen there and some really disciplined tackling.
The ball comes out, and they're going to say a fumble.
But it looks like the Lava Bears might have recovered it. Either way, scary play for the Lava Bears. They already are lacking that momentum, and something like that will just kind of slow you up. Players will stop being as aggressive, and they'll try and be a little more careful with the ball.
As we'll see, slow it down a little bit here. The ball, yeah, popping out there, and the Storm just unable to fall on it.
Yeah, and that was just a really, really solid strip sack from strip tackle from Sawyer Crocker. And that'll bring up yet another 3rd and long for the Lava Bears. It's been the story of the night for them. But that is going to be the 3rd quarter. So we'll flip sides and see again at the start of the 4th where the Lava Bears have another super pivotal play on offense. See if they can capitalize. And here comes the Lava Bear offense. Big 3rd down play. Dropping back to pass. And finds a guy, but he has no space to run, and that's going to bring up 4th down for the Lava Bears. Pierce, you think they go for it here?
I mean, I said do or die before, and I think I might need to change my opinion there. There's 11:45 to start the 4th, and I don't know. I don't know what you. I'm not a coach for that reason.
Yeah, I mean, I would punt this. The Summit offense has slowed up a little bit after a strong start to the half, and you still got a lot of time to play. You're only down 2 scores. You know, it's a bit of an overreaction to go for this here. Maybe 4 minutes from now you go for it, but right now it's just not the time. That's a real high punt, and they're just going to let it bounce after 2 fumbled punts in a row.
Yeah, and I think that's smart. I mean, you still get it at the 35-yard line, and set up the Storm offense. And if you're Gunther here, are you in?
And here's Guthrie's opportunity to just kind of come out and get something going. Really breathe some life back into this Summit offense. Try and go down and get a score, but also just bleed the clock out. You know, there is a lot of time still. We just started the last quarter of this game, and there's the run play. Get a couple of yards and take some time off the clock.
Impressive cutting inside as he take another look.
There is a lot of
able to weave through defenders here. We just started to pick up a solid gain, and from the Storm, I was going to ask you before. You going to chew clock, or you're still throwing it?
Yeah, like I said, I think in games like this, you just got to keep being really aggressive. Keep trying to just make big plays and not take your foot off the gas at all. That's how teams often come back a lot of the time. I mean, you see it in high school, you see it in college, and even at the pro level where a team will have a 2-3 score lead going into the 4th quarter. They'll start playing real conservative. They'll try and chew the clock, and that gives your opposition the opportunity to claw their way back into games.
As they're going to call that a 1st down on the run. Very impressive running here. Able to, Bend got some players in the backfield, able to stay calm and make some beautiful cuts as he's all the way up. That's going to be a gain of 7 or 8. But I think that answers my question before with whether you do chew clock or not. You're definitely in chew clock now if you're able to run like that.
Yeah, and Jude Anderson is just doing a magnificent job running the ball up the middle, just shaking defenders and going and getting those yards that the Storm need.
As Gunther takes the snap, hands it off again, and why not? And that'll be a Storm 1st down with this clock just keep ticking as Bend with 2 timeouts and the Storm with 2 themselves.
Yeah, absolutely delectable run game from the Storm here in chew clock. Just trying to take time off the clock. It feels like the 4th quarter just started, and they've already taken 2.5 minutes off of the clock, and they're going to continue to do so.
As I wonder, though, with this run game like this, you could run out almost all 9 minutes here.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the pass in the backfield, but I'm sure he'll stay in bounds. And
No.
never mind, he goes straight out of bounds. But
I don't know if
either
they're
way,
going to say forward progress stopped, but
Oh, okay. Either way, though, the Lava Bears defense
Last number 2
has
on
been
the
so
line,
worried about the pass game, especially after Guthrie's had a pretty solid second half so far.
Yeah.
That run game is super. It's just wide open for Jude Anderson to go back there and pick up the yards that the Storm need.
and I really like that play call there. Give it out to Villano. I think that's the first one we've seen of the little like quick pitch or quick passes out to the speedy Villano. And I think that's just they need to start doing more of that as they send Villano in motion, kind of little RPO peak zone bubble action if you remember that from Madden 19.
Yeah, and there's another first down
Jude
from
Anderson on the carry.
Anderson. Just absolutely incredible job running the ball here.
And that's Eli Bartenstein and Owen Thomas in the stop for the Bears.
As officials talking things over, clock is stopped. I wonder if they're going to measure for a first down, but if you're there is a flag on the field. It was blocked by the Storm bench. Storm's coach really arguing his point here, but none of the.
Yeah, I think it might have been maybe a holding call there.
Yeah, I
Either
think
way.
the Storm coach really trying to argue his point there, but to deaf ears. As the Storm now will set up with a 3rd and 15.
You pass it here, Pierce, try and keep the drive going, or you just run it, chew out the clock a little bit more, and then give Ben the ball with a 2-score lead, with a Summit 2-score lead, that is.
I think I'm passing it. Like, obviously, I put my trust in the sophomore quarterback. I mean,
yeah, me as well. And the pass game has been super effective for the Storm tonight, so I think they just continue to do that here, especially because I'd assume, as Ben, you're going to be looking for that run at this point after such an incredible job running on that drive.
The officials still talking things over. We had a lot of stoppages in this game as they'll call a timeout on the field. They'll call an officials timeout as they'll bring the ball back to the original spot. I was saying the Storm coach's complaints fell to deaf ears, but maybe not. As it looks like they're gonna measure for the first down. So the penalty probably happened after the play there.
Just so much weird stuff going
Yeah.
on tonight. We've said it over and over, but this has been happening like the entire game, and it's happening again here, even later in the game with a bigger lead for one team. There's still just weird stuff happening.
As the scoreboard still showing, I mean, the scoreboard and the field are showing two different things here. Scoreboard showing 2nd and 7. Field is showing 3rd down. As they're going to measure for the first down. So they brought the ball back from the original spot, then brought it back to the spot. And then now we're going to measure. So we'll see. It appears he does not have that first down. Yeah, they are going to extend that way beyond. That's going to be, he's going to good yard short there. So is the penalty still happening here? They brought the ball back to the original spot, and then just confusing game here.
Yeah, I mean, the refs are confused. We're confused. The Storm crowd does not seem to care, though. They're having the time of their lives out here.
Yeah, as we're talking over some more, and wow, I mean, I said this earlier, but a game that went from they are going to bring the ball back now. From a game that went from a very quick 1st and 2nd quarters to a 3rd quarter that probably took the same amount of time as both of them combined, and then a 4th quarter now that appears to be doing the same. As the Storm will now set up after all of that for a 3rd and 15 roughly. As the scoreboard still showing a 2nd and 7 in the stadium, but obviously in game it is 3rd and 15. As Guthrie dropping back, looking deep, has a receiver, and That pass was beautifully dropped in the bucket. Wow. Like I said probably 5 minutes ago, put some trust in your young quarterback.
Absolutely absurd pass there from Guthrie. And a good catch as well. That's going to bring up first down after a 20 conversion.
Wow, that the Storm just able to put trust in their sophomore quarterback and pick up the first down, and now that clock is ticking. Feels like it first time in a while it's been ticking, as now they'll go back to Jude Anderson, and Jude Anderson doing what he does best and cutting it up for a solid gain of 3.
Jude Anderson on the carry. Lucas Clay, 58.
As this is what I imagined the drive would be, with like the do or die before with the Lava Bears in the third quarter, but Lava Bears defense was able to come up clutch then. But now, I mean, just a dominant Storm drive. They've got the passing game going, they've got the running game going. The only thing that they haven't been going is the penalties. Jude Anderson makes a good cut left, cuts it back right, back left, and able to pick up a good gain of about 10. It'll be a first down for the Storm as that clock keeps ticking.
Yeah, I'm watching Jude Anderson just absolutely ridiculous on the run game, and I'm wondering why he hasn't been out on the field the entire season. I mean, obviously Villano's been great for the Storm all season, but you haven't seen Anderson out getting the ball a lot on the run game for the Storm.
At least in home games, haven't seen Anderson out there as much. Seymour Sawyer Crocker, which I think Crocker's more of like a power back. Definitely want Crocker on that 1 yard line, need that 1 yard. But Jude Anderson really shifty back as they give him a little pitch play, cut it out right, and he tries to cut it inside, but with only a gain of a few there. And I think that, I mean, the Storm with two different skill set backs now, I think that's really to their benefit. I mean, don't need one player taking all the hits, taking all the snaps.
Yeah, that's a really powerful tool to have on your offense is having like that dual threat for the run game, having more of a power back and then a speedier guy who can also kind of double as a receiver if you need them to. And that's exactly what the Storm have. They actually have a really talented running group between Villano, Anderson, and then of course Crocker.
Is handed off to Anderson again, because why not on 2nd down and 8, and they'll bring it up to just at the 20, and that will be a 3rd and about 6, 7.
Yeah, and I think just keep it on the ground here. If you don't get it, might as well just try and kick another field goal, add to the clock a little bit. But that clock's ticking down real fast, down to just over 5 minutes here. And here's the 3rd down. Guthrie gives it to Anderson, and he's going to be short of the 1st down. And so that's going to be I'd assume probably a field goal opportunity for the Storm. Although, I mean, you could go for it just to run a little more time off the clock.
Yeah, I mean it will be a 4th and 7, and it is a pretty big crosstown rivalry. I imagine the Storm do want to probably punch it in for a touchdown here, maybe get some special teams practice.
Yeah. And it looks like the offensive unit is staying out there. You still see Guthrie out there. You still see Anderson. So I think they're going to go for this here.
It looks like they're going to wait for the play clock to expire, then call a timeout. Of course, we don't have play clock in the stadium, but the Storm going to use one of their 2 timeouts here. Lava Bears still with 2. Storm probably going to take a timeout, and then, as we'll be left with 4:12 left in the 4th quarter. And wow, this Storm drive has almost taken all of the 4th quarter off.
Yeah, very disciplined job from their offense to just start to chew down on that clock and let it tick down, especially after all that confusion that just led up to a lot of time with no time off the actual game clock. And kick the field goal here. If you get it, you can play just pretty standard defense, wait to get the ball back. Even if the Lava Bears score 4 minutes left, you assume that takes 1 to 2 minutes at best for the Lava Bears to score. If they can even get all the way down the field, as they have been struggling ever since the 1st quarter here. And, I think it's safe to say that Summit's starting to run away with this. We'll see if they can punch a field goal in here to extend their lead by 3.
As I don't know, crosstown rivalry matchup, you go for this, rub it in the face a little bit, build that bad blood a little more.
Yeah, and it looks like they are sending the offensive unit out there to go for it. Which, I mean, you can't blame them. They're really deep in Lava Bear territory.
Yeah. So 4th and 7 here. Guthrie will drop back to pass, looking over the middle, and that's going to be batted down. Great defense there, trying to look for Villano. As we'll take another look at the play. And I think good 4th down call, but I think if you look top of the screen, obviously it's very easy for me to say here, not getting pressure. Top of the screen, he had a receiver cutting. Great defense. Tries to pass it there, but it will be Lava Bear ball now.
Yeah, I think if you watch Andrew Guthrie throw the ball a lot, as I have this season, he tends to look to the left side of the field first. That seems to be where he wants to throw the ball. So, unfortunately, that time he just didn't have the time, or he thought he had a guy before he saw a very open receiver for a potential touchdown.
Yeah, and I think that also is to do with the Bend High's pressure that they've been getting. But that'll bring up Bend High first down, quick pass out, and they're going to say forward progress stopped, was not out of bounds, but only a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, the clock still ticking, and the Lava Bears don't really seem to be in much of a hurry. They seem pretty comfortable. I mean, they're not out of this game whatsoever.
No,
only 2 scores, and crazier things have happened.
They have 2 timeouts, and if their defense played the way they did before and the Storm get a penalty, I mean, this game is not over, but just there, that is like 20 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, I think they definitely got to hustle up on offense, but here's a short 2nd down. Cooper drops back to pass, has a guy, but it's incomplete. And so that's just going to stop the clock, bring up a huge third down.
Some miscommunication as you see receiver on the far right of your screen here is going to run up and just quarterback expecting to come back. And
It's incomplete.
I don't really know.
And so that's
Couldn't get the ball there.
Yeah, and Cooper's been struggling a bit tonight with just placing the ball, and it's been because of that Summit pressure that the defensive line has been adding, and they've been doing an awesome job containing him as well. I mean, you saw against a team like Wilsonville, Summit was getting a lot of pressure on the QB, but they weren't able to contain on the outside, and so he got a lot of rushing yards.
I was dropping back to pass again, looking out left, has a receiver, and goes down in bounds, which is...
Lava Bears, it seemed like they've either, they're not too worried about the clock, or like they're just kind of trying to get some offense going to bring momentum into the next game.
Yeah, it could have gone out of bounds there, but didn't. As the clock now running, that's 10 seconds off. As this ball came out there, and the clock is still going to run. As we'll take another look at that. Another just bizarre play. As the snap here, and then a miscommunication with the quarterback and one of his receivers as the Storm able to get in the backfield, and that ball just falls down, and Bend High able to fall on it. But now that the clock is ticking, it's been 20 seconds already, and there's Lava Bears in no effort here. I mean, they've gone a minute without anything and still have the 2 timeouts. Just really bizarre. I mean, just throwing up the white flag.
So here's the long 2nd down for the Lava Bears, dropping back to pass. And it looks like he had a guy, and that's going to be a complete pass for about 12 yards there.
But I don't know. This is just really strange to me. Had a guy there. Do your cut, turn around out of bounds. Be on the sidelines there. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's also, that's seems like an obvious play from us. Obviously we watch a lot of professional football where guys are able to do that, but that's not as easy as it looks. And,
yeah, definitely.
A lot of times in high school, you're going to see just like what seems like obvious mistakes or dumb mistakes kind of occur just because, at the end of the day, even seniors out here on the field, they're not necessarily super experienced players, and so they're going to make mistakes like that. And it looks like the Lava Bears are bringing out the punt team. So
on 4th and 6, I think they just don't want the Storm to get the ball back and then run a play. So white flag definitely thrown as Lava Bears now will take a timeout. And I mean, do do you throw up the white flag there? I mean, they got the ball back with what, little under 4 minutes left on the clock, down obviously 2 scores, and needed the 2-point conversion. But I think you go for it. I mean,
the only thing I can imagine is they feel like they're out of this game. The offense hasn't been able to produce whatsoever, and I think that they're just saying we don't want to injure any of our players. We don't want anything worse to happen other than us losing this game. So they're just kind of going to give up from here and get ready to go into their next game. Obviously, tough loss tonight, especially to such a heated rival. But
yeah.
You're still 5-1. You still have a great record, and you can still go into next week optimistic and ready to just give it your all, despite tonight's.
I think this game goes to show you that records are definitely not everything. Storm with the worst record here, but definitely the strength of schedule is there. Coach Hyatt doing a great job putting that together.
Yeah, and as long as Summit's able to cling on to this lead, which I'm sure they will be, that's going to be a 3-game winning streak from them. After starting off with 3 losses in a row. Sorry, so this was a big game for them to just continue gaining momentum, and they've got obviously a lot more games this season.
As now Bend High's going for it. Quarterback scrambling around trying to find something. Ball comes out and won't really matter as it will go out of be a turnover no matter what there, who picked it up. So it will be 1st and 10 for the Storm here.
So, Pierce, what do you think kind of went wrong here for the Lava Bears? Because they've had a good season. They've done a lot well, and they did do a lot well to start off this game. Where did they mess up? How did we get here?
I mean, I think in my eyes, you look at the 21 unanswered points, and a lot of those, I think the Lava Bear defense played great. I think that there was nothing that I expected more from them. They held Gun3 to about what I expected, but the lack of offense really, I think, was the key factor. The Storm's great defense, whatever you think was there, but. Yeah, just the 21 unanswered points. You can't have that. They score a touchdown on their opening drive, miss the extra point, and you're like, and I'm thinking, oh God, this is gonna be a shootout. But again, the Storm defense settles down, and we'll see what the Storm will do here, whether they decide to run up the score or not, and give it to Jude Anderson.
Yeah, I think personally, what happened with the Lava Bears was they came into this game undefeated, obviously, but they did have a couple of very blaring problems, some things that it seemed like were going to be exploited by other teams at some point. And those problems were trouble with ball security. You saw 5 turnovers from the Lava Bears tonight, maybe 4. The other problem was they had no pass game. All of their offense was coming off the run, and the run had been super solid, but the Storm are a much tougher team defensively, especially on that defensive front. And so that run game wasn't as effective, and the Lava Bears were just left with nothing on offense. And like you said, that resulted in 21 unanswered points.
And the Storm now in the best formation, victory formation. As that clock, I imagine they'll need to do it one more time.
But yeah, that's going to be the game after a very, very eventful rivalry tonight. Obviously, not a ton of scoring, but a ton of, I guess, other stuff is the only way you could classify it. There were turnovers, there were blocked kicks, there were fumbled punts. Everything you could possibly imagine happened tonight, and the Storm were able to power through, get the victory at home in this rivalry. They come out on top, 21-6.
was Finley Gober, and good night, ladies and gentlemen.